How I wish this was my view. It's been so long since I have been 35,000 feet in the air, returning to my city's beautiful skyline after an unforgettable trip. Since this opportunity is nowhere in my near future, it's time to get familiar with my own backyard, literally and figuratively. I want to make it clear that my aim is to no way minimize or romanticize the time that we are all experiencing right now. If you're anything like me, you've spent the last 7 months, wow, 7 months, being socially distanced or totally isolated, only leaving the house when necessary. Hello, we're in a pandemic. But it's hard, isn't it? It doesn't feel natural. For me personally, I have had so many epiphanies during quarantine about how short and precious life is and how I want to spend every day like it's my last, but I would never want to compromise anyone's health, including my own, so where's the middle ground? If this sounds like you, and you live in Dallas, luckily I have spent the last couple of months finding things to enjoy in this city while remaining socially distanced, so keep on watching. Many museums have reopened, much like everything else it seems, but with limitations in place. The Dallas Museum of Art, for example, is currently operating at 25% capacity with reduced hours and days. You will need to reserve your ticket in advance. When you arrive, you will have your ticket scanned and be placed into a socially distanced row. Each row will be admitted into the museum one at a time at the allotted time slot. Your experience should be completely contactless, but obviously masks are required. I think it's important to research a museum's COVID policies before purchasing or arriving, as we also had an experience at the National Video Game Museum in Frisco. And although it was so fun, I thought it was amazing, y'all should visit, it was hardly considered safe. But the great thing about museums in general is that there's no reason anyone should be close to you. And if anyone gets within 6 feet, you can just move. Scenic walks were a super popular thing at the beginning of quarantine when people just found it unfathomable to be in their house all day long. But as we transition into what I consider more tolerable weather, I found myself finding new places to go for jogs and walks, and what you see here on the screen is the Mandalay Canal Walk that surrounds Lake Carolyn in the Las Colinas area of Irving. For reference, this is near the Toyota Music Factory. I love the European feel and architecture that provides so many photo opportunities. It's just too bad that the gondola rides are overpriced. Well, they are in my opinion anyway. If you walk the other direction, you will see it open up to a residential area facing the lake with restaurants and bars across from the infamous Mustang sculpture. Spending most of my childhood in Irving, it's been pretty awesome to see this beautiful suburb turn into an entertainment area. Speaking of being amongst the great outdoors, picnics have always been so special to me, but they are difficult to enjoy when the weather is bad. So the mild fall temperatures are going to be so optimal for this activity. I, of course, wouldn't recommend doing this unless you and the other person or people have tested negative for COVID or have been isolated for at least 14 days. But overall, I just think picnics are beautiful and a great way to celebrate a special occasion, since obviously that sort of thing is limited at the moment. And there's just something so calming about being amongst nature. Many of Dallas's main attractions happen to pretty much be all outside. It's been a great time to visit the Dallas Farmers Market actually and see the beauty of downtown, even if there aren't as many vendors, which is kind of sad, but obviously circumstances. There's also the Ronald Kirk pedestrian bridge in the Trinity Groves area where you can get unobstructed skyline views. Before the year ends, I would actually love to bring y'all a video exploring things across the entire Metroplex, especially as we enter the holiday season, as I think people will start getting more inventive about how to have those displays and such. So if that's something you'd all be interested in, please let me know in the comments. So technically this last part requires you to go outside of Dallas. If you're a new viewer here, hi, hello, I hope you stay and enjoy more videos like this. But I actually just stayed at a cabin right under 2 hours outside of Dallas at the beginning of September. The vlog for that is on the screen and down below, so you should check it out after this video. And I just want to say it was an amazing decision. We did one night to just get out of the house and change up the scenery. And I think that cabin stays or short day trips have actually been super on trend recently across the whole nation. You can try booking through where I stayed exactly if a cabin trip is what you're after, or maybe you can look up some other attractions right outside of Dallas and find accommodations in a neighboring town. For example, last year I did a day trip to Magnolia Market in Waco, which is right outside of Dallas, and it having a proximity to Baylor means that you have no issues finding any proper accommodation. Plus, Magnolia Market is all outside, so it's something that, again, I think you should be able to do in a socially distanced manner. And just food for thought. If you're someone watching this and you live as north as Frisco or as east as Garland, why not try overnighting in Fort Worth? They have so many things to see out there, like the water gardens and the stockyards, again, outdoor things. So I think it'd just be worth it to change it up. If you want further details on any of the places that I mentioned in this video, as well as some additional ones that are on my calendar for the near future, be sure to check out the blog post in the description below, as it corresponds to this video. If you do choose to be in public settings at this time, guys, please wear your mask, stay 6 feet apart, and wash your hands. I don't need to be the one to tell you that though. Be safe out there, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.